It was a breathtaking sight, a moment that left everyone watching in absolute awe. As the mighty Star of the Seas approached the Great Belt Bridge in Denmark, the giant suspension bridge connecting the Danish islands of Zealand and Finland, anticipation filled the air. This was not just a routine part of the journey. It was a dramatic, almost surreal spectacle. One of the largest cruise ships ever built was slowly gliding toward one of the longest and most iconic suspension bridges in Europe. With a clearance of approximately 65 meters, the Great Belt Bridge is often a tight fit for some of the world's largest vessels. And Star of the Seas, standing at a height of around 65 meters from the waterline, had almost no room to spare. In preparation for this critical moment, the ship's retractable funnels were lowered, a unique design feature that allows vessels of this size to pass safely under such structures. Timing was crucial. The bridge passage had to coincide with low tide, and every factor, including wind, swell, and draft, was carefully calculated by the ship's officers and marine pilots on board. As a massive cruise liner slowly approached the bridge, crew members and spectators held their breath. With just meters of clearance between the top of the ship and the underside of the bridge, Star of the Seas passed through flawlessly, a striking display of modern naval engineering and precision navigation. This passage through the Great Belt marked another successful milestone on her journey from the Meyer Turku shipyard in Finland to the open waters of the Atlantic. It was more than a technical maneuver. It was a moment of magic, a symbol of human innovation, elegance, and the power of the sea. For those lucky enough to witness it in person, it was unforgettable. For the rest of us, a video clip that feels like watching history in motion. As she enters one of the busiest and most strategic waterways in the world, the English Channel, all eyes turn to this engineering marvel. Stretching approximately 350 nautical miles from the North Sea to the Atlantic Ocean, the channel is a critical passage for thousands of commercial vessels, ferries, and warships. But few are as grand as Star of the Seas. With a gross tonnage of over 250,000 and a length exceeding 365 meters, her presence in the channel is impossible to ignore. She glides steadily past the white cliffs of Dover and the French coast, maneuvering through one of the narrowest points between the two nations, a region where maritime traffic is dense and tightly monitored. Despite her massive size, Star of the Seas is expertly navigated through the traffic separation scheme, a system similar to highway lanes for ships, enforced to prevent collisions in these crowded waters. Accompanied by escort vessels and monitored closely by coastal authorities, the ship maintains a careful course. This passage through the channel is a vital leg of her sea trials and delivery voyage. Her destination, the port of Algeciras, Spain. There, she will take on final preparations, supplies, and crew before crossing the Atlantic to North America, where she will begin her inaugural season. Meanwhile, Star of the Seas proudly sails along the Bay of Biscay, a floating city on her maiden voyage, showcasing the best examples of modern cruise ship design.